We're going to demonstrate for you now the single leg squat. This is a whole body exercise and it's a progression from the double squat and the lunge. The aim of this exercise is to improve the strength and control of the major muscle groups of your back and lower limb. This exercise relies on individual strength of your core muscles, your glutes, quads, hamstrings and calves in order to perform the exercise with perfect alignment. Now, weakness to these individual muscles can cause a lack of control, and this can increase the stresses and strains being put on your back, hips, knees and ankles. This can ultimately lead to pain. It's vital that you have this high level control, balance and strength if you're looking to return to sports and exercise that requires sudden change of direction, jumping, landing and running. It's also really useful when you're trying to return to simple daily activities such as reaching for something off the floor and actually coming downstairs correctly. Again, the key to this exercise is technique, and this is what we're going to talk to you about now. So, Pete, before you start this exercise, it's important that you're able to balance for 30 seconds with good body alignment. If you aren't sure that you can do this, then you can refer to our balance exercises. So, Pete, I'd like you to stand on your affected leg and put your non-affected leg slightly out in front. Okay, simultaneously, I'd like you to push your hips and bottom behind you, bend your knee like you're sitting down on a chair, and raise your arms out in front. Great, and come back up. And as you can see, repeat that again, Pete. Pete's maintaining good alignment of his back and his hip, knee and ankle. Great. This is a really difficult exercise and there are some major common faults. The first common fault is actually losing control around your back and bending too far forward. As you can see, this puts a tremendous strain on the back and can lead to further injury. This is usually because of poor activation of the core muscles and also poor technique. Now, to improve this technique, Pete, I'd like you to really overemphasize bringing your arms up in front of you as you lower down. So as you can see, this really accentuates the extension in his back and improves this lumbar control. The other major faults are around the knee. The first fault is your knee coming too far past your toes. This is due to poor technique and poor control around the glute areas. The second major fault is actually your knee rolling in. Again, this is poor technique, weakness in the glutes and can be a restriction in the calf muscle. You may want to refer to our calf stretches, our glute exercises such as our bridging exercise and our core activation exercises. Another tip for this is actually to use a bed as a guide behind you. So if you come back, Pete, the height of the bed or chair needs to be around halfway up the thigh. And what you're going to do, Pete, with this, you're going to perform the same exercise and technique, but I really want you to focus on squeezing the buttock muscle throughout the contraction and really aiming back towards that bed, touching down on it and then coming back up. Can you do that exercise again, please? Good, really go down, touch and squeeze the buttocks and come back up. Because of this increased activation of the buttock muscles, it stops your knee from rolling in. And because Pete is moving his bottom back towards the bed, he's stopping his knee coming too far past his foot, thus correcting these exercise faults. Now, another tip is that you can use a mirror in front of you to try and guide the alignment, but if you're still struggling to get this technique right, you may need to refer back to our more simple functional exercises such as the double squat and the lunge. If you're still having trouble, you will have to consult your physiotherapist for further advice. Now, we recommend that you build up gradually to 30 repetitions, taking regular breaks when you feel you need to. It's normal, Pete, to feel muscle ache in your lower legs, But what we don't want is this to increase your pain by more than 2 out of 10, with 0 being no pain and 10 being the worst pain imaginable.